unseen things in his life, like the Lord to be his shepherd. So David talked about himself that even though he walked through the valley of death, he could not fear evil. So in verse 4, David talked about himself that even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are for me, your rod and staff comforts me. So David also talked about the Lord and how the Lord can prepare the table in front of him and in front of the enemies. That is in verse 5. That you prepare, telling that the Lord prepares the table before him in the presence of his enemies, and anointed his head with a cup overflows. And verse 6, which is the last one, which talks about that he talked about the goodness and the love, and how he was to dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So God's people, in my spiritual life, since I gave my life to Jesus Christ in 1975, when I was in lower primary, Jesus Christ, my Lord, has been my shepherd throughout. Because all of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, we need Jesus to be the shepherd in our life. And all we inherited the wages of sin. And the wages of sin is death. So each and every person has got death sentence. Even if we are walking, if we are doing things, we have death sentence. But we can only come out from there if we believe in Jesus Christ and we hear his words and we believe that God raised him from the dead and is alive in heaven, sitting at the right hand of the Father in heaven, waiting to judge the living and the dead. Then we will not be condemned. We would have crossed from death to life eternity. So my viewer, let us get salvation. And the salvation is in your mouth. It is now by you saying that Jesus is Lord and believing in your heart. You say it publicly that Jesus is Lord. And you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead. He's alive in heaven. You will be saved. And be blessed and be blessed. Glory to God.